Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel.
And I'm Chris Yi.
Today we're taking a look at tricky kids and how to deal with them. Oh no, it's a parenting class.
Yeah. Chicken soup for the tricky kid.
Yeah, for the tricky kid. This is a trick-taking game that is not particularly for kids. Kids can play it, but I only say that because it looks like it's a kid's trick-taking game.
Definitely looks like a children's game. That stuffed axolotl is instantly got my 10-year-old daughter saying, well, we're playing it.
Especially in the bag of boxes, 12 plus.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
All right, Chris, show us how to play it.
Here's Tricky Kid's setup on the table. Each player is going to be dealt 9 cards that they will then discard down to 7 in hand. There are 3 suits in the game. Adorable axolotls, rockin' volleyball, soccer balls, and video games, because this is stuff that kids like. The cards are all blank, and players will secretly write numbers by taking this dry erase marker and writing onto the card. You notice that there are indexes on both sides in case players fan their cards the opposite direction. Once everyone has done so, you'll proceed to the trick-taking phase. There are 7 tricks played in a round, and you'll play 3 rounds by placing 7 scoring tokens out here. If you're not familiar with trick-taking, this is how it works. A player will place down a card in front of them, and then going clockwise around the table, the next person will then have to follow by playing the same color card. So these are the values this person wrote. They're going to play this card down. And then lastly, the third player over here is going to play down their only pink card. They must follow the same color suit if they have it. In this case, this player down here, me, won the trick with a pink card. So I will collect this token here and I'll circle the pink value. This is the number of points I had won. So with pinks, I got 5 points. If I had won with a blue card, it would only be 2. And with a yellow, it would be 0. I will then begin the next of the 6 remaining tricks by playing a card out of a color with a value, and once again going around the table clockwise. This person over here plays an 8, thinking they're going to get those juicy points, and then this player says, no, I'm going to play the 9, I'll take it, I'll circle the 3 points, so on and so forth, and play continues until all of the cards have been played from hand, and all of the scoring tokens have been won from the table. Now, if you don't have any cards that match the lead suit, you can play anything, any color, doesn't matter the value, it won't win. So in this case here, this player won the 5-point token here for winning with a blue card, even though other cards were played into the mix. So play just continues until all the tokens are taken. You'll erase the cards, shuffle them up, deal them back out, so all players 9 cards discarding down to 7, writing in your values so that they sum up to 21, and then whoever has the most points at the end of 3 rounds wins. Now, a small clarification is that you should keep your own cards in front of you so that you can check at the end of the round, did in fact anyone write values over 21? If so, they don't score any points from the round. If the highest number of the lead suit is ever tied, then the tied cards are ineligible to win, and the other remaining highest value card will be what wins. However, zeros are also considered ineligible to win, and so in a situation like this where all cards are out, you simply discard the highest scoring token and then start the trick over. So that's the basic game. Now there is also a tricky rules little advanced version you can play with, where you throw one of these cards into the middle of the table, and based on what they say, they're going to change the rules for that round. You can change the tricky rules for each round, or you can play with the same rule all the different rounds, however you like. So some of the examples are things like if you play an off-suit 0 card, so if someone played pink, led with pink, and these are the cards played in, this player over here doesn't have any pink cards, so they could play an off-suit 0 card, and they'll win the trick instead, and they'll get to collect this at the value of the card that they won with, for example. Or you must always play your lowest number if possible, or you can write your values so that they add up to 42 instead of 21. After writing your hand, pass it counterclockwise. Just all sorts of special twists and rules in the game. So that is Tricky Kids.
All right, component-wise, I run into some issues with this, and it's mostly has to do with dry erase. Look, I love that dry erase is now an existing thing, and we use it. I'm a big fan of dry erase in many ways. But when you're holding cards in your hands and throwing cards on the table and having score chips, it's just really easy for these numbers to rub off.
I suppose I haven't come up with that issue, but I also know that this is the type of game, once you have your hand dealt, you hold it out. A lot of trick-taking games, I'll sit there and I'll fiddle with the cards. I'll fan them back in, fan them back out. Don't do that with this one. They're fanned out until they are all played out.
And because you're writing numbers on these, this is more minor, but still, write them neatly. Someone throws it out, I'm like, what number is that? Is that a 1 or a 7? So there's a bit of that. But then you combine that with, I think the game looks very kiddish on purpose, and I don't know that I love how it looks. It's okay.
I like how it looks. It's another one of those games. Is there really a theme to it? Not necessarily. What I'll say is, I think that as a trick-taking game, like if I were to just play this as a trick-taking game, I wouldn't like it that much, right? The whole idea of writing the values on the cards, I think, is about 80% of the gameplay.
I agree. I just wonder, and again, this is just me guessing with it. So did you, in the overview, did we talk about the advanced cards?
Yeah, I showed off several of them, yeah.
One of the advanced cards, I think, says go to 42 instead of 21.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's still so much fun. I feel like 21 is really restrictive. You almost have to write 0 on some cards, which makes the game... I wish they gave you a broader span to do numbers with.
I agree. I think the 21 number is easier, especially for if you are playing this with younger people. Once again, the visually intended audience per se.
Sure.
It's easier to add up to 21. You're going to mess up more if you say, okay, Junior, write these numbers, add up to 42. But I think if you're playing with people who are fine and comfortable with that math, 42 is the better threshold. Or I think in general you should play at least with one of those twist cards and kind of mix it up.
The twist cards help a lot. I would always play with that, I think. Not their insane add a twist every round of the game. Now, that's the... Also, by the way, adding twists does not make the game more strategic. Just as a heads up, they're not the only publisher who does it. Lots of publishers are like, advanced mode, random events. That's not advanced mode. It's more involved.
I think you can cater which of the twist cards you use. And, some of them are going to fit better for the group of people you're playing with. You say, oh, I like this. Oh, this is kind of cool. Ooh, an offsuit 0 wins a trick. Bam, now that adds intentional trick-taking strategy to this game that otherwise is really mostly a bidding game, and that uses kind of the form of trick-taking around the table.
And it's funny because the game, I'm like, make sure your numbers add up to 21, but you subtract 1, you add 1 when you're making them, right? It's easy for you to make a mistake. And the rules for making a mistake are bad. I think they're bad rules. I don't know the way to fix it. The rules are after you play through the whole thing, you count up to 20. You see if you count at 21. If not, you lose a point token. Fine, you get punished. But meanwhile, I've messed over Chris.
Well, I think
because I play a 9 pink.
I think you scored nothing for the round.
Well, I get that it hurts me.
Yes.
But in a 4-player game, I might have messed you over because I played a 9 when you had an 8 blue.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And I messed it over, and I don't know what the other rules are. If everyone doesn't go to 21, replay the round, and it's like, oh, thanks a lot, Chris or Tom or whoever messed it up. I don't know how to fix that. If it was electronic, you wouldn't be able to make the mistake. I'd be like, oh, I add 2 to this card, and my other card like error. I'm like, oh, fix them.
Yeah. I guess I don't take it that seriously, where if I got messed over by you having a 9 blue once, but also technically you could have messed over someone else by playing a 3 yellow.
Sure.
So I don't feel like it's that serious. Actually, my complaint about scoring is there's a few trick-taking games that do this, where you lay out tokens in a row, and that's kind of the order of scoring them. I don't like it that much, actually.
It's okay. It's like, oh, I guess I need blue cards for this one. And then you lead with blue. And I'm like, well, okay, I had a 9 blue, but it was dealt 2 blue at the beginning of the round.
Yeah. I think the scoring tokens are maybe my least favorite part, but I do think that the gameplay of it is fun. And thankfully, for me, writing in the values, I don't have the qualms that you have. I really like that. I like the dealt 9, discard 2. So you're a little bit given a little decision space at the beginning, and I like writing those values in. I find that to be fun, and then the actual card play is breezy. It's so simple that it kind of plays itself, but that's okay to me because the majority of the gameplay is in that initial deal, okay, write out these values.
The writing at the values is my favorite part of the game. I think it's an amazing thing. It's so interesting. My concern is that, first of all, I haven't played this yet where I have played rounds where no one's made mistakes, but it seems like it's easy for someone, again, not because people can't add a 21, but because you say, well, this one goes down to a 5, and I need to add 1 to this one, and no, not that one. And then it's just easy to make a mistake. But at the end of the day, the actual trick-taking part isn't very fun for me. It's okay. It's all about writing those numbers, and I feel like the 21 feels very constrictive. So I'm giving this game a 6. I didn't dislike it. I would give it a 7, maybe even only 6.5 if you add in the advanced cards. I think you have to play with those. I think they add some variety to the game. The point chips bugs me. I don't know how to fix it. My thing is there's so many trick-taking games out there. This one doesn't stand out for me. The number thing, it sounds amazing, but in actuality, I thought it was fine.
Okay, I'm coming in at a 7.5. I like this one. That 7.5 is with the caveat of including those advanced rules cards, which I think that you should, right? And so I definitely agree. I think that the basic game by itself is definitely a bit lower. So I appreciate that they include that in there. I appreciate that you can play them randomly, or you can just do what I'll do, which is always just say, this one sounds fun. I think the group will like this. This is what we're going to do. Here's that twist. Let's try this one. You want to make it a little bit more trick-takery? Perfect. There's a card for that. You want to make it a little more zany? There's a card for that. So I think that this works very well, and I'm happy with it. So 7.5 for me, recommending it.
Well, there you go, folks. That's Tricky Kids. I'm Tom Vasel.
And I'm Chris Yi.
We want to say thank you to some of our backers on GameFAQ. We want to say thank you to Maxine and Castor Peen, Terry and Lorna Riney, Andy from Dundee and Scotland, and Lily, Luke, Mandy, and Skylar Harris. Thank you all for supporting us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you all for watching.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. You can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you, and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vasel.